back. The internet is still heating up. Everything is going on fire, haywire, man. Make sure if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Please, everybody, hit that like button for me. Y'all know how YouTube is, man. Everybody's complaining about this YouTube new movement, what they got going on. So we gotta hit that like button. And, you know, that's what us podcasters need, man. We need that help from y'all. And I'd like to shout out to everybody that's been showing me love. A lot of the cash apps, man. Keep supporting what we doing, man. And big shouts to y'all, man. Make sure y'all share this. I'm gonna try to make this a real positive one as much as possible. It's a lot of unanswered questions. It's a lot of everybody going back and forth in the barbershops and the beauty salons talking about this reckoning situation. It's still the most talked on the internet and outside of the internet conversation piece ever. Well, as of now, the 2025s anyway. It's real crazy. I just want to know one thing, man, and I need y'all to drop comments, man. Do y'all think, after knowing what's really going on and people that has watched it, seeing that Puff really had a plan to execute putting stars on the map, but still with the intentions of really not paying them their money? Do y'all think he was wrong and out of line for doing such a thing? Or do y'all think it just comes with the game? Let me know y'all feelings on that, man. Drop some comments on that. I'm gonna go through a little bit of some of this stuff. For some that didn't see it, we just gotta, react to some of this. And do y'all think that Dame Dash was wrong for calling out 50 Cent, saying he joined the movement? Because it's a Netflix film. It's not a 50 Cent film, as we're hearing. But everybody's quick to say 50 Cent because he put his face on it. I get it. I understand. But still, at the end of the day, he got a job to do. And if him and Puff had a beef, then at this point, you can't take nothing to the streets. So if you got to tear a man down when you want to, then that's what it is. But do y'all think it's fair that he did it by utilizing Netflix, which Netflix is probably owned by some white people, and they get the benefit off a black man tearing another black man down? Would it be different if Fifth just did it on his own, tearing him down because he has his own reasons? Nobody can never get in the middle of nobody when they got a beef with somebody and whatever they doing, as long as he's handling it on his own and just made the money on his own. But he might have used a platform to help push it that is more powerful of a network than what he could do. So, but the money would still just benefit him and not other people with their hands in it. So y'all think that Fifth would have been wrong for that? Or is he in the right and got the right? Not only that, this is the biggest thing. A lot of people saying it was over the girl that Fifth was in love with. Then there's a lot of people saying it's not about the girl, it's other things. Now, Fifth ain't really come out and say what it's all about. They're using also Chris Lighty, God bless him, good dude. I had a meeting with him back in the days, Def Jam, showed me mad love, man. And brother Mike Lighty, that's the homie. I still speak with him to this day if I need some services. I actually got to call him too. I need something because he runs with Sunshine Anderson, and I think he handles Monifa too. But anyway, great dude, showed me mad love. But they basically saying this might be the real reason Fifth signed on to take on this project, and it's not about the woman. But there's so many pictures and videos running around showing Fifth was in love. And when a man is in love, I don't care how tough you is, how thorough you are, one thing that can piss a man all the way off or get him to the point where he feel violated because you was cool with me and you trying to holler at my shorty is a woman. And the next person that well, the first person of all that's weak to a man is their mother. When you really love your moms, you don't play about your mom. That's the only woman that probably could smack a gangster up, hit him, punch him, whatever, and nothing won't happen. It's the only woman on this planet that can probably, or that is, can do that. When a man got high respect for their mother. So, those are the two things. So I'm trying to figure, maybe if people knew what the real reason was, then a lot of the people that's not supporting 50 Cent would be on the bandwagon. Well, okay, well, Puff bought that on himself, man. He should have never did that. Nobody can't tell another man how to handle their beef when they want to. Nobody. And I agree to that. I'd never get in a man's way if he's handling the beef with another man. But I'm just trying to figure, is Dame Dash right or wrong, because he's saying that Fifth handled it with the help of a white man tearing down Puff while his hands is down. So I'm trying to get my audience up here. I'm trying to wait for a few of y'all to jump in, man, so we can find this out. I want to get some good ideas and good conversation, man, from a lot of y'all, my knowledgeable people out there, man. So, we can make it make sense. So make sure y'all share this. Please share this and share this, man. Hit that like button. Hit the notification button so you'll know when I'm up here. And once again, please subscribe. So now I want to get into a little bit of his partner. This is his partner right here. Well, was his partner. And he made him sign over his rights, 25%, and told him he was going to give it back, and never gave it back. And this kind of started the journey of Puff learning the game and add mixed business with the artists when he had them signed to him. And this is a lesson for a lot of you artists, man. Make sure you sign in the right paperwork and don't get down with a star because you are starstruck or they have star power and or knowing they can put you in the right position. Don't let that put you in the right position because they're a star blind you of doing the business in the correct manner with correct paperwork. Because once things start happening and that money come rolling in, they can never tell you no. They can never withhold your money because you already signed all the paperwork the correct way. You know what you was getting from the beginning. So there's nothing that they could say once y'all leave that meeting and those papers are signed. But we're going to get into a little bit of this. And he kind of speaking of Puff's character a little bit. So let's get into it, y'all. Within itself, man. I don't understand how a man could just bogart to try and get the next man's woman, knowing that that man works in the same office, same area, however it may go. Knowing you gotta see this person. How does that happen? Explain that to me. Y'all gotta explain. Y'all drop some comments on that one because that right there is a very dangerous game to be playing. And I'm trying to figure out what was Albie Shore doing at the time. I'm sure he had to hear that Puff is hollering at his woman when he's not there. That's deep. For real. Finesse Analyze said Boosie, you was at the city in 99 when Diddy had it in the smash. That's a fact. You know what he mean in New York. Yeah, that's a fact. He was hot at that time. And at that time, people still didn't know the inside of what was going on. And when you hot and you got that bread, you got all the killers want to do whatever for you. Yo, you need a favor? What's up? Who bothering you? What you need me to do? And that's what they saying. You utilize your money to get what you want. And sometimes that ain't cool because a lot of people don't care about other people that's killers also, man. But he was pulling it off. But you're right. He was He was working with new artists, and Puff was a new artist at the time. So they was utilizing his brains and transforming him into, you know, like a cool, smooth dude. 'Cause they looked at him kind of like nerdy, you know, all that. But they didn't see his character gonna come out. You know, the selfish. They saying he was the mama's boy. And most mama's boys, they don't, when they get toys and all that, they don't have to share with nobody. So at the end of the day, and whenever they want something, they get it from the parents. That's a tough one too. Finesse said, without Puff, that Mary J album, My Life, ain't happening. The culture owes Puff for what he contributed. That's a fact. You ain't saying nothing wrong, my boy. Nothing. But when things like this hit the fan, when you ain't doing the business right, everything that you thought that you was doing slick normally comes out some kind of way, even if it wasn't even due to this jail situation for him. God, they always say, you can get away with a lot of times with doing something as far as jail is concerned. But whatever you in jail for now, even if you in there for something that you ain't even do, is just equivalent to all the things that you already had done and didn't get caught for it. And God put you in here so you can get your mind right. And like Dane was saying, he see Puff as a person that just, he needed help mentally. And I always said that, man. You need help. You need to go and get treatment for abusing women and even abusing people, abusing the artists. That's not a good thing to have in your mind and think that it's cool that a person put out their hard artistry and it blows up and you reap all the benefits. That's not cool. So some good things that did happen and wasn't fulfilled the correct way probably shouldn't have never happened on that level. Maybe Mary J probably would have blew up another way if somebody else discovered her. But he did mold her and molded into shape. So we can't take that from him. But now understanding the things that was behind it is crazy. But we didn't see Mary J in here complaining about no money or anything. I think back in the days that might have been a complaint, but Mary always seemed like she kept it quiet, and her and Puff were still on great terms, up to date now. So I don't know. But let's listen. Let's say he was missing that father figure. Puff becoming what he did without having that paternal figure is testament to his greatness despite his wrongdoings. Facts. Well put together. Well said, Finesse Analyzer. And that's really one of the main facts of this. And it's a sad situation because they separate our fathers in the homes and push, you know, other agendas on us with child support, which is done in the wrong way. That's a whole nother podcast I'm gonna need to talk about, but it separates the fathers in the home at a high rate speed of us growing up. And these are the outcomes, because there's plenty of Sean Combs out there. We just don't know about it yet. And some of them is just out there that ain't as successful as he is, but they are out there in them streets creating havoc and teaching each other how to unalive people. That's why a lot of these young guys is out there unaliving each other and they don't even know why. They wake up just to die every day. Every day. Because they don't have nobody to tell them, not what, you ain't going out with that burner, no. They hide from their mother. The mother gotta work. She probably can't watch them that much. If they got uncles, a few, you know, the uncles probably don't even be there as much. Sometimes the mother don't even want the uncles to know how bad the child behaving, so the uncle can be the person that could put him in place. Talk with the brother, which is the mother's brother, and let him be that figure so that the child could grow up respecting him as a father figure. Have some type of fear of that person. But he had nobody to fear except his mother. But you just heard Andre Rell say he got into a big argument with his mother and said he can't even go home. He basically didn't want to go home, and he moved into that $1 million mansion first. See, this is the thing that I'm saying. When you got beef with somebody, you fight how you want to fight. And this is equivalent to why people is on 50's side because they saying he got a beef with Puff. So what do it matters how he took it to the streets or to the TV screen? And 50 took it to the TV screen and brought out the whatever and however he want to make it happen to tear Puff down. Because he felt like that was the way to do it and don't get in no trouble. So nobody shouldn't even be in the middle of why or he was wrong. Now, once again, can we say that Dame Dash is correct about 50 fighting but using the white man to do it and letting him benefit off of his war with Puff? Should 50 had told him, nah, I ain't doing that, I'm gonna do my own documentary on him and do all the movements on his own and get at Puff? Because at that point it wouldn't even matter. That's that man doing what he want to do. And they now, choke no joke, showed some pictures the other day that 50 was dating Misa, which was Puff's girl. And they saying that 50 did it first. So how could he be mad at Puff dating his girl? That's what's getting crazy about this right here, man. For real. Remain Confident said, all record companies do exactly the same thing. Motown robbed their artists. Nobody's mad. Did Motown get busted for robbing their artists? Meaning, did it ever come out? Do they got documentaries of how they robbed their artists? And I get what you're saying. A lot of that back then, Finesse said, Fifth a foul dude if he really did date Misa. See, and a lot of this is coming out is what I'm saying. Tony Braxton's was broke, nobody mad. People should have been mad that Tony got robbed. It was a few people, but I think it's the difference between how big and powerful Puff is and nobody knew what he was doing behind the scenes. And the way this is coming out, and he got his own childhood friend that grew up with him like a brother speaking out about it. You got other artists that's saying that everybody that was on Bad Boy is broke, and they showing exactly how he finessed a lot of these artists is what make this one more bigger than like Motown and Tony Braxton being robbed. And you're right, people still should have been mad about that. And this been going on in that industry, man. Finesse said, and remember, Poe and Diddy had that history. And she was dating son before he passed. Yeah, Misa was dating him. And Misa was just had a deal on the table for Poe. I think he had just got like $3 million. Somebody say he passed away broke. But he had got $3 million. That's when he started riding around in them big boy toys, for real. Blizz said, I don't agree with how 50 handling this. So Blizz, you don't agree that 50 handling it with the white man. So you basically saying Dame is correct. Or if 50 would have did it without the white man, would have been cool if they got a beef. But what if it's a beef not over Fifth's girl, ex-girl, baby mama? What if it's a real beef that he had, we just don't know about it, and he wanted to handle it, but he still should have handled it on his own without a white man? That's what we trying to figure out. Finesse said, Misa can't be playing them games, man. That's a fact. Dangerous games, but every time dudes is in beefs, it's over a woman out here, man. I have some bad boy, Cockroach, what's up, boy? Said, I have some bad boy artist contracts. He's seen way worse contracts. Right. Remain Confident said, that's the standard record deals. They only get paid off tours. Be like Master P and Cash Money. Well, right now they basically getting paid off tours because streaming ain't paying nothing. They done kicked all the real money to the side, to the curb by getting rid of CDs. And now we don't know how the money is made off streaming the same way off this YouTube stuff. We don't know how it's made. But, you know, record labels, babe, you're supposed to discuss your percentages with your lawyer and you let that label know, nah, I'm not taking that. So you can have all the split sheets done appropriately. So when the money is made, you don't even have to go back and forth with the powers to be at them labels. It's already on paper. And if I don't got that, then yeah, it's go time now to go to these courts and get what I want and get some more if necessary. Remain confident said 50 a sucker and get a lifelong L. All he had to do was take care of the mother of his children. 50 was petty, and she had to turn tricks to maintain her lifestyle. That's crazy, but we can't blame 50 for her maintaining tricks to do tricks to maintain a lifestyle. She could have just went to school and got some type of trade or something and did the things she liked to do. Sometimes it's called fallback to get ahead. You just can't live that lifestyle no more. That man ain't got nothing to do with 50 ain't got nothing to do with her lifestyle if she ain't with him no more. Gongo Roach said, I have a Loud Records contract for a famous group. It's the worst contract I've seen for that era. Wow, that's deep. And they actually signed it with intentions on being, getting out there and showing their talent. A lot of them forget the part about making the money. This is about making money. And a lot of y'all artists that's out there now, y'all need to pay attention to what's happening now. Don't get caught up on a superstar that puts you on. And then you just sign anything because you know they're going to have you everywhere. You're going to be at the hottest parties. You have your videos everywhere. Then you get to roll around and you look good and all of the above. Even Tupac got caught up in that world. Should have did the business first. And if it ain't the right business, if they wanted to sign you, know your talent is hot. You're going to get the right contract. Now today, up to date, we don't even really need to sign with labels if you pushing your stuff right. You got money to market yourself. You just got to put it in the right position. Trina Duty 7179 said Diddy is getting his karma. I mean, that's what everybody's saying, man. It's karma. Remain confident said maintain her lifestyle for the son. He loved her enough. Go raw and put a baby in her. Yeah, he's supposed to take care of that child support. So if he ain't take care of the child support, then that's deep. I'm definitely against people not taking care of their kids, man. I got 3 of them, and I ain't never been on child support. So I don't agree with a man not taking care of their kid. Roach said, hint deep. Who was hint deep, man? Snippets X8R said rappers are overrated clowns. I don't know what that means. Overrated how? He was in a good position to promote parties because he's working with a label, and he's working with a label that had powerful artists like Heavy D and all, and whoever else that came about. So it's not hard to promote no party, especially when he had a nice little name and a buzz for the streets. So that was smart to actually do that and get extra money. That's a fact. Garga Roach said, I really can't blame a lot of these artists, especially when they sign at 19 or 20 years old. Yeah, and I get it. It's because they don't know the game. And when you're young like that, you are fascinated by watching all the other guys with the cars and the money, the jewelry, and the girls, just the same way if it was a street hustler. But now you can do it with your music and do that. Now that blinds them to even start discussing about their money. And that's a deep thing with what's going on with these artists right now. So I totally agree with you on that. Because when you're young, you're blinded, especially back then. So I get it. They didn't know no better, man. They didn't understand, get you a lawyer and make sure your paperwork is right. Some of them don't even understand it right now up to date, man. They don't. Only thing helping them now is they blowing up by themselves, sitting at home, Then a label see it, and then the label want to jump in and put, jump in all the hard work that they did already. That's why labels not signing nobody no more either. And they want to jump in and get some of their money when they really don't even need the label no more at this point. For real. Remain Confident said, it's all about money and jealousy. If your life bad, it's because you ain't grinding enough. They all could have invested their money, but they relied on Diddy. And that's a fact too, because I'm saying like, well, they had to be getting show money, but that still don't make it right for him to rob them for the sales of those records and CDs back then. It still don't make it right, but they still should have made other moves. You look at Mace. Mace made other moves. It don't even look like Mace ever even looked back when he left. He made other things happen, man. Roach said Gene Griffin was taking all the publishing in his contracts. Right. They said, so Gene Griffin wasn't he robbing Teddy Riley and them at one point in time? He was even getting over back then. And Gene is a well-known street gangster as well. Remain Confident said Mace went and robbed the church, being a fake pastor. Also, Mace got $3 million from Jermaine Dupri to start the group Harlem World. And at one point in time, allegedly, I don't know, it was saying that Mace never paid Jermaine Dupri that $3 million back too. So a lot of that was in his come up. So I don't know up to date if he ever paid the money back, if him and Jermaine Dupri is even cool. I never even seen them around each other after all them years anymore. Hopefully he cleared that up and got it right with him. But he got $3 million that a label that Jermaine Dupri got from a label to give to him to start Harlem World. And Harlem World went gold. They made some records, so Mace got paid too because he owned the label. Yeah, Roach. Yeah, and Gene Griffin was definitely a thug, and I was hearing about how he was getting over on them boys, man. They used to. A lot of people don't know that Teddy Riley and them used to record a lot of their records at the rooftop. Gene Griffin was cool with the owners of the roof, Gusto and all of them. So it was a studio upstairs in the rooftop. A lot of people don't know that. And that's a fact. This is the part I don't like right here. Check out what she said. This with Puff is way out of line, man.
And that's when he described it and explained it. Now you can Airbnb more than an Airbnb.
Now see, that's deep. And she's going to get into it a little bit of how that happened. And if he did do it on those terms, which is like what Alpo was doing back then, going to the rooftop. Alpo used to grab the screen, get the one that projector screens, the ones that you open the legs up and you turn it sideways and you pull the screen down. And out a projector, and was showing the footage of him sexing women and or some of the dudes' women. Yo, your girl ain't nothing, my dude. I was jaying that last night. And a lot of cats were scared of Poe back then, and they didn't say nothing about it and or allowed it to happen. And that's crazy. So I wonder if you flip on the dude for sexing your girl, because you don't supposed to. You check your lady, because she out of line for doing it. But is it another level when a man go and showing it? You can't even really defend her because she actually did what she did. So how you defend her? You still gotta check her. So I guess that put Alpo in a safe zone. That's a tricky one
I
right
just
there.
want to say this.
Man commented said, Dame right, 50 hot as a nuclear warhead, mad because his son mother turned the tricks, got hundreds of millions, and 50 can't give her 10K a month. That's with a question mark. Anyone who didn't call the police is a conspirator. And I agree to that too. Why this lady right here didn't never call the police, but speaking about it now. But, you know, they say when people get essayed, they go on the, especially a powerful person like Puff, they get scared because, y'all, we got to keep it 1,000. A lot of people that do domestic violence, even RAPE people, they be right back out. And now the lady's scared because now she done got the man locked up. And some of the people get out of jail and come back and harm these people. Sometimes unalive these women, man. So it'd be hard to tell somebody, tell the police, because the police don't really protect you after they take those, lock the person up. They don't have no police sitting outside your house, watching your house every minute and wherever you go. And when you're a powerful person with some money, that's even worse. So I can kind of bend people way like this lady right here, knowing that she worked with Puff, knowing who he was at the time. And he wasn't all the way Puff then, but still, he still had influence, man. So I get it. But we still gotta look at it both ways. You see? And once again, I guess she just had a mother. She didn't have a father that she could confide in. And sometimes the guys that do this type of stuff like to be in control, which that's the word out now. Puff like to be in control of everything. And that's most people that RAPE people, SA people, they like the control factor of it. That turns them on. And, you know, she had just a mother, so she didn't have no way to fight it. She said they didn't have no money. But once those videos is out and people actually seen it, a lawyer, Roach, if you here, man, let us know, would a lawyer take that type of lawsuit without even paying the money? Like, they would take it on pro bono? Because that's like a slam dunk win by putting somebody personal life out there sexually on tape and showing it to people on a large screen, like that's something funny. And see, these are the things why people are upset with Puff and siding with 50 Cent because of this type of stuff. And saying he's a monster, he should be in jail for the rest of his life. I don't agree to that, being in the jail for the rest of his life for it. But I do agree to he need to take some type of classes and get his mind right. They need to have more harsh punishment for people like that. They have more harsh punishment for drug dealers that they don't even catch with drugs and send them away for life. They send them away for life just due to their actions and the buildup of a case from drug dealers. But this right here, exploiting a woman and showing stuff like that, is crazy. But she never once said, though, that he actually took it from her. But she's just upset due to the fact of him showing it. But I didn't see where she said he took it. Because I'm sure he wouldn't have showed that up there, that he was taking it. That would have been a whole nother monster right there. But these are the things that got people going against 50 and against Puff. Going against Puff, and siding with 50 because of these type of allegations. Which is not a good one, man. You don't harm women and children and old people, man. That's just a no-no. And you got some heartless people that don't even care, that overrides thinking like that. They just want what they want and do what they want to do because they love the control part. This is deep right here. Crazy. And see, the power of the influence is, I help you, I can't get it to the party. So what type of person she was trying to get help from? Nope, evidently are the wrong people to try to get help from. And not getting to the parties. And we got to look at it like this also. Not saying that it's right, I'm just saying. Back then, people didn't care about none of this stuff. People started getting into these SA charges and all that when the police started enforcing it to take down a lot of big rappers, a lot of movie stars. Once this internet got powerful, that law been out about sexing young women, and it was so many cats going up to the schools, coming up to our schools, pulling up in them big cars and getting the young girls ride with them. It was a big thing. It wasn't really nothing. Next day at school, they asked the girl, how much money you get? He gave you something, he looked out for you, stuff like that. But now it's frowned upon, but that law always was out. It was just never enforced. Now it's being enforced now, and this is the time of when everything is catching up to a lot of people, such as Puff, at this point, is what's really going on. So, you know, people that's looking at Puff and siding with him because he shouldn't be in jail, I get that part. He need to get some classes, and if he continued on with it, then it enhanced the next charge. And like I said, they need to make more charges more stronger. They even need to make charges against women that fake and lie on black men that make up these charges. But the end of the day, this here activity been going on back then, and they've been getting away with it because nobody frowned upon it until now. And this internet is changing the game on all of these people, and all of that stuff that they did back then is catching up to them. My boy Ralph McDaniel.
Why would you want to do that? Drug and rape the girl, tape it, and then put it up on the screen.
Yeah, that's my theory. But my thing is that means if a person is drugged up and they ain't, you know, giving you sex back and, you know, looking like they enjoying it, what was people actually watching on that screen and was thinking that that was cool? I mean, they was condoning that bull crap that was out there in the audience looking. We'll never know who that audience was, but the people who watching this or hearing about it that know that they was there, they saying in their mind, man, I was there, I remember seeing that, man. And never spoke up like, yo, that's whack. That's corny. I would have never want to go in these parties no more anyway, seeing somebody doing something like that. That ain't cool. Where we come from, we ain't never been no followers, period. Especially to some activity like that. People like that get beat up in my hood, and that's a big fact. A lot of my homies got sisters, and we would go tear something up for one of their sisters, and that's a fact. But back then, a lot of people was whooping on their women, man. A lot of them, just for being in the wrong area. Why you over in this block for? Smacking their girl up. Get home. And they get home, smack them up some more and do whatever. A lot of guys was doing it. A lot of guys, man. That's a fact. The envy parts that he looked at, he was looking at it like, I could do that too. That could be me. But he knew he had to respect them because they wasn't nothing to play with. So he gonna respect them out loud, but behind their back, he don't have no respect for them. But he want to emulate what they did to raise his gangster card up high, for real. That's a fact. And with Puff basically emulating gangster because he feels his father was a gangster, but also he knew and heard, he said he researched, he knew and heard father might have been gangster, but his father also turned out to being a rat. And once you're a rat, everything cool that you did goes out the window, especially back then. Now up to date, people still hang with rats and chill with them and all of the above. But you can't grow up not being a gangster till all of a sudden when you start getting money, you want to do gangster activities and utilize your bread to hide behind it. Then you got the power and you had gangsters running with you. You made sure they kept some money in their pocket and they keep the wolves off you, and you step out when you want to act like a gangster because you know can't nobody touch you because you got gangster dudes. And this is all the reasons why he don't understand this part while he in jail. He didn't understand that he can go to jail because he had his money that got him out of jail all the time, man. For real. And which leads up to now that he didn't understand the power of powers to be that could bring him down. And when they brought him down, luckily, the money he did have got him off for beating the biggest charge, which that charge did not have nothing to do with the evidence that was provided. They provided showing him that he's a monster to women. That's not a life sentence. And a lot of people don't understand that part. They want a man to go to jail, which a lot of people should be going to jail for violating women and RAPing them and all that. Hey, I agree. Why would you be taking sex when you can just pay for it? You are a big celebrity out here. You have a big, a big influence on people, man. Ro Williams said, this is some serious issue here. It's very serious, man. Very serious. And when you got influenced women that's bad that you never even probably would get in your life, they gonna get naked for you and want to give it to you and want to sex you real good because they're gonna want the benefits of dealing with a person like you. So there's no need to take it. And even if you don't have star power, if you got some money, you could go and find somebody, a woman, especially back then. They had the whole strolls on 42nd Street and a lot of other places, man. Up in the Bronx, women walk out all day. You just grab you one that you like, pay her, you know, do your thing, and go home. You satisfied. But no, a lot of them just love that power of control. And that's the part where they need to go and get some help, some counseling, man. But that's clown stuff. You don't run nothing. You don't regulate no woman's body. And Puff did not understand that now. You know, a lot of the gangsters been in and out of jail. Beat it, beat it, come home, or go to jail, do some time, get out, get back in the streets again, go back to jail. So they learn in the jail system and they are used to it mentally. This Puff not used to it mentally. He picked the first time for him to ever go to jail to be one of the biggest charges ever in his life, almost causing him to lose his whole life behind bars because of his activity, because he got money and he can buy off and pay off people. And he didn't see this one coming, that the government wasn't even going to be playing with this no more. Especially, he might would have got away with it when he got these billionaires that he made mad get into play. And sometimes God put us in a position. God let him, well, should I say the devil made him go and try to get at these people and sue them and go against them. And they said, oh, he want to play with us and we really made him who he is? Oh, we'll show him how we're going to do this. And God didn't stop the devil from that happening. So God put him in this place where right now you can see it in his face at the beginning of this documentary, talking to his lawyers, that he's losing control. He know that he don't have no control. Telling his lawyers, man, we losing. I'm going to hang up the phone and y'all get it together. I'm just, you know, still trying to be in control of the narrative of what's going on. Now he's seen that those powers to be all the way left him alone. And now he in this one on his own. And it ain't easy to get out, which led all the way up to this documentary happening. Being stingy and not paying people. You didn't pay for the footage. These are the ways of how Netflix got the footage, because you didn't pay the people who filmed it. And see, those are, when you have those type of ways and, you know, slickness, it carries with you that you're not even paying attention that this might bite you in the butt. He didn't see this documentary coming. He didn't think that those people who was filming would probably even think about giving the footage away. But once you didn't pay them, it just take one lawyer to talk to him and tell him y'all own that footage, if they didn't know that already. He didn't pay y'all. It's a wrap. And now all of this is his karma. All of it is his karma. That's the only thing that I could think of to say. Even though they said 50 Cent messed with his girl first, and if he dealt with 50 Cent, girl, 50 shouldn't be mad or feel he had the right to be mad, if especially he did it first. But once again, they saying Fifth is mad because he feel that Puff had something to do with, allegedly, Chris Lighty's death. But nobody has no concrete proof of that. So once again, Fifth can't be mad and want to put out a documentary to attack him. It had to be another reason that he got beef with Puff to want to go to this extent and utilize a white man to tear him down without him doing the documentary on his own. He had enough money and power to make this documentary. It ain't hard to get on Netflix when you are a powerful figure out here like 50. He could have put it out on his own on Netflix. And would have been, I guess, it would have been his. The white man would have ate off of it because you utilize his platform. They would have got their percentage, but it would have been 50's project. It's not 50 project. He's just a producer of it and used his name to push it. So there's a lot of crazy loopholes in this stuff. But the only bad thing about it is it's just showing how we tear each other down. Now, young kids going to see this type of stuff and feel that they can emulate the same type of stuff to do something to a person, but don't think about the actual facts of, you know, to the extent of us as a culture, it doesn't look good. It don't look good. But now if somebody's beefing and they got war, we can't tell a person how to attack the situation. That's why they say if Fifth did it on his own, everybody could just mind their business. Puff did this and Puff created that. That's all I'm saying. And that's what's deep about this whole situation, because nobody really know who's, or the real reason rather, 50 is really upset to the point why he put this documentary out. Nobody knows that. It's all speculation about his baby mama because Puff had her, which he had Puff baby mama first, so he should know why. And then Fifth is petty. He tell you that. He's the pettiest. I don't care if he did mess with my baby mama. You can't mess with mine. That's just, you know, the bully in him, I guess. But this right here is deep. And if y'all didn't check it out, man, y'all go over there and check it out. And y'all drop some comments, man. Let me know what y'all think. Is Fifth wrong? Was this Diddy's karma? Was Dame Dash wrong for saying that that 50 Cent was wrong for putting this out and up under, you know, the white man movement to tear down a black man? Y'all drop me some comments, man. Let me know. Let me know how y'all feel about this one. Because this here is deep and it's a lesson for our kids. And make sure y'all share this and hit that like button for me, please. And if y'all new here, just hit that subscribe button. But it's tough for our culture because our young kids growing up seeing this type of stuff and then they're going to emulate it. And it's already crazy out there with them unaliving each other for ignorance, for nothing. They got to wake up every day hoping that they don't be unalived and looking for somebody that they feel is their ops or got beef with to go and unalive and then lose their life to go into jail. And now it's a cycle in a whirlwind that they are in right now. And they got to stop somewhere. We got to cut it off somewhere amongst the young youth at the bottom of it. We got to cut it off somewhere, man. As Solo said, come on, that's self-explanatory. Of course he's wrong for worse than that. If anyone takes up for the piece of ish, shows a lot about you. Who's wrong? Puff wrong or 50 Cent is wrong? 50 Cent wrong for putting it out or Puff wrong for doing what he was doing? We definitely know Puff was wrong for doing that to women. We already know that. Nobody's disputing that. He's way out of line for that. But is 50 wrong for putting it out instead of doing it on his own, because he has a personal vendetta with Puff. Put it out on his own and show, yo, don't play with me, man. Lucky I just did a documentary. I could have took it to the streets. Because people got enough money to get people on the live and nobody will never know who did it. That's how they trying to say Puff did with allegedly Biggie and Tupac. He utilized a lot of money and he didn't get caught up for it. So, anybody can get it. So, Fifth could have went that route too with Puff if need be, if he was really upset with him about something. That's all we saying. Now, doing it on his own without using the white man and got the white man laughing, they getting paid off of us and tearing one of us down. And got us divided because people mad at Puff and people mad at Fifth. People got all right to be mad at Puff, but Puff do have a chance to change his life by not being a person that think he could control people and rob people and have sexual essays with people and with women and think that that's cool. Nah, that ain't never cool. He needs to definitely go and get some type of treatment. But the law is designed that people like that don't never do long time in jail. So this is what everybody's saying about Puff, by him being in there that long. But nobody's agreeing on Puff's side that what he did with those women is cool. That's all the way foul. That's foul. Very foul. He got a lot of redeeming to do when he come home. So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I wanted to give y'all my take on this one and about the reckoning and go through a little bit of the stuff and let y'all see some of the things that the people are saying. Y'all need to go and check that Netflix joint out if y'all didn't see it. Go and check it out. We keep hearing new stuff every day, all day. Every day, all day we hearing stuff. And this ain't about protecting nobody. This is about pointing out things where we should be able to move further in our culture without things like this ever happening again, and letting our youth know and understand this ain't the way to go. Definitely taking a woman's sex from her, that's never gonna be accepted. That's one thing. And or putting everybody into our beefs. But if a person got a beef with you, they can handle it however they want to, man. Even if you're in a fight, you can't tell them they can't bite and scratch. We fighting. It's all means necessary for me to win this fight. So it's all means necessary with 50. But only thing a lot of people are saying, he did it by utilizing the white man and got the white man laughing at us once again. So y'all let me know your thoughts on this one, man. Y'all just let me know. Drop some comments, man. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share, hit the notification button so you'll know when I'm up here, man. All right? Peace.